All right, here we go. We got ourselves a fresh series from the Masters Coliseum 6, Group D. Spawning down on the bottom right for the Starving Camels, it is Cyan. In the blue. Not in the Cyan. Because unfortunately, well, it's not really an option. Teal is kind of close, though. But spawning up the top left, it is the final boss from Dragon Kitesy Gaming. Give it up for Dark. And we have got to just be a little bit honest with ourselves as this series kicks off. Dark, he is 13-0 in series versus Cyan. And he is 25-3 in maps. Honestly, I think Dark's, the way he approaches the game and the way he plays the game is so damn good and so strong that it's almost the worst group he could have gotten, because he got Lambo, who is an extremely good preparation-based Zerg. He got only one Protoss that is probably the weakest Protoss in the entire tournament, in the form of Cyan. Although I don't want to disparage Cyan, I just, it's that the field is stacked. You could make an argument that he's on par with somebody like Trigger. I think every other Protoss, though, in this tournament, you know, Creator, Hero, Firefly, I think, is a fair bit better, and I think even Cyan would probably agree to that, and Nightmare. And, of course, Max Packs and Showtime. But it's a little bit unfortunate that Dark didn't get more Protoss in his group. But at the same time, yeah, he's still very good in every matchup. And I think he's going to be confident against Ryung. I think he's going to be confident against Cure. Well, Cure actually has been really good, specifically even versus Dark recently. But those are other matches. You can check them out in the Masters Coliseum playlist on YouTube here. DRG. That is actually a pretty dangerous opponent for Dark as well. Honestly, I look at this group, and I said in another video that Dark probably gets out easily. This is about as close to a trap group as Dark can come. Obviously, you know, if he plays against players like Serral, Raynor, Maru, Clem, Hero, you know, we're like, yeah, that's a scary group for Dark. But it's not a trap group. A trap group, what I mean by that, oh, nice job from Dark, does get in here. We'll be able to split these Lings, and it's just going to be a nuisance for Cyan to deal with. But nice probe pull, was able to get the Ling down to one-shot range. Meanwhile, where's the Adept on the other side? Ooh, it does shade into the main. Dark will pull drones, able to get the save on one of them, but Cyan switches targets, kills a different drone. Adept for one drone, and then on the other side of the map, the two Lings did get the scout. But of course, they did go down without killing a probe. That's... Since Cyan is playing standard, I'd say that's pretty even, but I think Dark is still satisfied with that because Dark is obviously, on paper, the much better player. So I think he's just happy to know that nothing weird is happening. Now, this is interesting. Dark is actually building a lot of Lings here. A lot of Lings. And, oh my god, he's building so many Zerglings he will need, basically, to get a cancel on this third base. But Cyan is, of course, moving out with the first Oracle. It does grab two drones, which is already pretty decent. This is not going to be an all-in from Dark. He is going to transition out of this, but... Ooh, Cyan moving out of position with these Adepts. Second Oracle does turn on its Pulsar Beam. Cyan is going to lose... Oh, he does lose both Adepts there. But he's got a shield battery on the way. Honestly, I feel like this is really good for Cyan here. Even though the Adepts go down, like, this is a lot of Lings that were built, and they didn't get the most value. Killing two Adepts in the middle of the map is not amazing. And he lost two drones at home, like... Yeah, I don't know, Oh, well, both players getting supply blocked here. Dark, of course, did drone out of this quite hard. And as long as you're injecting in the early game, it feels like supply blocks don't hit the Zerg necessarily as hard as they can hit the Protoss. because you can just pump the drones out immediately after. This was a bit of a weird fight from Dark. He goes in, battery overcharge gets popped. Another 6 lings kind of going down for free. Cyan will be able to get the jump on his queen in the main base. And he's going to be able to find a bunch of drones. This is a really magnificent start for Cyan. Oh, he gets a 5th drone as well. And he scouts the Evo chamber. Knows it's +1 melee lings. Now, it is still Dark. But the facts are the facts. This is a great start for Cyan. He is looking really good. He does have a lot of Chrono Boost energy for some reason. There we go. Pops down 2 Chronos. Still has 2 more in the natural. Overlord will get to the Pervert Pillar, but the Oracles do get back home and will be able to provide vision. Cyan, 60 probes. Ooh, is he just going to go for a huge Blink Stalker all in? Okay, he does start 2 more probes up, but he is warping in a lot of Stalkers here. How many? He's only on 4 gates. No, he would have built 4 more gates by now. Or at least 2 or maybe even 3 more and then like a proxy pylon on the map. Oh, Cyan's going to play Double Forge hero style, at least to open up. We'll see if he transitions out of this into like Storm or Colossus or what it's going to be. But it is going to be a solid opener. Adept's in a good position here from Cyan at the base, kind of protected by this shield battery. Dark, great job, triggers out both stasis wards, and now his +1 melee will complete. Cyan is going to transition into that robotics facility, but kind of a weird route from Cyan. He doesn't have Blink done, and it's a big overcommitment from Cyan. Recall, does he lose one of the Stalkers? No, but he lost a lot of Stalkers already. 4 Stalkers going down for just 12 lings. And, of course, the Oracles used a lot of their pulse or their energy on those stasis wards. Yeah, this is still a very good situation. Or, well, not still a very good situation. This is now at least, I think, even. It may not seem like a big deal losing just 4 Stalkers, and you're like, oh, and he killed 12 lings too, but yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. Cyan, as soon as the stasis wards got triggered and he realized he didn't have Blink, he should have backed away and just used the Oracles to cover his retreat and waited for Blink. But kind of got a little bit too greedy, got those dollar signs in his eyes. He is going to start trading here with the Blink now. And doing a pretty good job, gets a few free pickoffs. This is why keeping those Stalkers alive is so valuable. Now, Cyan, really nice timing. He's setting up with a 2-1 play, 2-1 upgrades. There's the robotics bay. And will we see? We should see the second robotics facility. Cyan does have a nice wall at the 3rd base. Well, actually, hang on. He's only on... He's going up to 5 gases. This is kind of weird. Ooh, this is a big stasis ward. Catches quite a few lings here. Cyan's doing a good job of keeping the creep off of this low ground position that is really scary for Zergs to try and deal with. Oh, Nidus Worm. Dark is getting into Hive behind us. He's got +2 melee, +1 missile on the way, and he's getting his Baneling Nest. He does have magnificent creep spread on the bottom side, but that's pretty much it. Oh, looks like Lings ate another big stasis ward. What happened to the other ones? 16 Lings for a Stalker and Observer. Not terrible for either side, I'd say. Cyan starting up +2 armor right away, and certainly wants to hit that +3 weapons timing. Needs to start that up as soon as possible as well, but he is going to go for a little bit of trading here. Cyan doing a good job of retaining these Stalkers, generally speaking. Like, he's lost 4 Stalkers for free, and then since then only lost 1. Oh, and another decent stasis ward. Cyan is doing a magnificent job on this bottom side. Dark is in some danger, but this is a big counterattack he's setting up for. Ooh, I think he just clicked into the natural maybe, or he's scared about this. Looks like Cyan tried to blink forward and bait out some Banelings. Oh, that stasis ward is huge again. A lot of big stasis wards. Corrosive Biles will try and deal with the Oracles. They actually hit. Oh, killing one of those Oracles. Nice job from Dark. Cyan does pick off a few units on the tail end. And he's on a ridiculous economy. But it's only single robo. So this Colossus transition is not going to hit with as much power as I think it should. Still, I am once again impressed with Cyan. He's doing a great job. Ooh. drop into the main base, warping into the main base. Will get mostly dealt with. The War Prism is still alive. Zealots on the top side are going to get caught and surrounded by Dark. And Cyan, ooh, there's no stasis wards to cover. He's got to be careful. Only 2 oracles and they're low on energy. Well, relatively low. And these stalkers are in danger. They've got to get out of here. Oh, looks like the War Prism did go down. Yeah, Spore Crawler killed it. Zealot run by on the bottom side getting dealt with as well. Dark doing a great job. And he is starting to really pull ahead in supply. Cyan. Oh. Yeah, Dark is just kind of outperforming him. Out multitasking. Cyan's done a lot of things very well. But Dark has done the bigger picture things better. Oh, and now that Nidus Worm coming into the main base will force a warp in, but Cyan is going to be able to deny it. However, that's 5 supply that's not warped into a main fight. And these Banelings, they do have their +2 melee. Cyan not pulling the probes in time. 16 probes go down in very quick fashion. Another wave coming in onto the 3rd base. That's going to be so many dead probes. Meanwhile, the 4th base, 5th base? 5th base will get defended, but that was so much damage. One of the robotics facilities gets taken down. Second one going down as well. Cyan did add on that second robotics facility just recently. He's on 3 Colossus. And he does have +2 armor, soon to be +3 attack. 3-2 Colossus do not mess around. And he is still on 5 bases. He's able to pump 5 probes at a time. This is still playable for Cyan, but if either he needs to attack, like right now, or, there we go, he needs to rebuild the Robos. He was late to rebuild the Robos, which is... that's unfortunate. Dark, soon to be on +3 melee for his Lings, as well as that +2 missile. He's got Adrenal Glands. Ooh, he's going to try and wrap around on this army. Colossus going to get swamped, as well as the Stalkers. Colossus are going to do well initially, but obviously as the Stalkers go down, everything gets flooded, and Dark crushes the army as Cyan steps a little bit too far onto creep. And I think... Oh, hello? Okay, Colossus does get chased down. Every ground unit pretty much falling. We do see Zealots. These are 3-2 Zealots, so they're going to actually wreck this Roach Ravager as it tries to retreat. If there was a War Prism here, this might have gone drastically differently. Or even if Cyan just didn't kind of present his army fully ready to be surrounded by Lings right on creep. But, unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. And Dark is able to get a magnificent fight, wipes the army out, and now we see why rebuilding those robotics facilities earlier was such a big deal. Cyan, if he was right on top of rebuilding these, could have already had 2 Colossus out by now and the 3rd and 4th one on the way. Now, obviously, you look at a gas count, you're like, oh, Cyan doesn't have enough, but he could have rebalanced his economy by now as well. He's already back to 81 probes. I feel like it seems like I'm being overly critical of Cyan, but it's more like I'm pointing out the differences between him and like a Max Pax or a Hero or a Classic, and why Dark has been able to come back in this game. Now, these DTs, they're going to slip in onto these bases that don't have any Spore Crawlers. Ooh, Cyan. Go, 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 go. He could have gotten a lot done right there. But now he's just kind of sitting here with the DT. It's going to get revealed by the Spore Crawler in a couple of moments. Banelings, ooh, they're coming in on this 3rd base. The warp in wasn't quite perfect. He doesn't get the body block. Another 11 probes go down. Could have been a lot worse, but it also could have been almost nothing. DT, there we go, did get taken down on the other side. Few Lings for another DT. Dark adding on +1 Carapace, as well as that +3 missile. Cyan is up to +3 armor and +1 shields. But... yeah, he hasn't been able to do anything massive with it. Dark, no transition into Broodlords. He is instead going for Lurkers, it looks like. Oh, meanwhile, Zealots on the top side. This is a big army from Cyan, and this should be a dead base. Actually, Dark definitely wants to cancel. Unfortunately, he doesn't cancel that Spore. He's going to try and keep the hatchery alive. Oh, wow. Dark with the balls of steel doesn't give any crap. Also, the accidental Swarm Host. Burrow actually is going to make this such a nuisance to deal with. Cyan, no, don't fly into a spore. Oh, the shields. The shield upgrade kept it alive. Oh, nice. I forgot that shields, yeah. I was like, there's no air armor, it's going to die. But the +1 shields is actually really nice. Ooh, drones on the top side are starting to get picked away at. Cyan's been doing a good job of keeping bases alive. I actually think Cyan is still in a very decent, if not good position. And now, he does have Storm. Oh, this is an army that I don't know that you can deal with without Broodlords or Lurkers. He does have a huge number of Banelings, 37 Banelings, and he's adding on Hydras. Meanwhile, more drones go down on the top side. The 3-3-1 Zealots are really good here. Cyan. Oh, DTs is... Bit of a weird choice, but with Blink, he's able to get out of there, and now he adds on Archons. Archon's going to do really well at tanking the Baneling splash, but Dark will be able to get into his Lurkers. Does he have Adaptive Talons or range? No, but he's getting Adaptive Talons first. Dark. Well, he's actually got a lot of Queens sitting in the main base. This is still a very scary game for Dark. Cyan is looking to get his 4th map win versus Dark all time, and he is really showing up today. Lurkers, ooh, they are going to get Revelated out, but unfortunately, he's not able to take them down. Now, he will find his base on the bottom side. Dark, is that a drop in the main? No, it is a Nidus Worm. Oh, Lurkers got some huge shots on the Stalkers. They did get out of there, but another base falls. Dark getting knocked down to just 5 bases now. DT warp in. Oh, the Banelings! He detonated the Banelings manually, killed like 7 DTs. Oh, it literally was 7. 2 more do warp in. But that was so sick from Dark. Oh, the manual detonation, such a pimp play. Dark always finds new ways to impress me. But being on 5 bases versus now a 7 base Protoss pretty soon, Cyan, he might just outmass the Zerg. It is important to note that Dark is sitting on a bank, and Cyan is not. Those DTs, they were expensive, both on the warp in defensively and on the aggressive move. Now, on the aggressive move, they kind of got saved. Roaches, though, Dark doesn't want to just lose these for free. Oh, nice burrow, but Revelation is available. Dark, that's a lot of Banelings. And +3 melee will nullify the shield and armor advantage. That makes it so that these Banelings no longer one-shot versus +2. So they still one-shot. 23 probes go down. Cyan, but Cyan gets the kill again on the 6th base. Dark is going to start running out of minerals so soon. And Cyan, even though he's lost a ton of probes, and wow, that income graph, it is very topsy-turvy, but Cyan does still have the advantage overall. Disruptor's going to start clipping away at these Lurkers. Big Storm on some of the Roaches. Ooh, Observers, please take it out of your army hotkey, or put it on its siege mode. I don't care. Either or. Link counterattack looking to deny the 7th base, while Dark is trying to defend his 5th. Cyan is looking at this point like he is just going to outmass Dark, but counterattack with Ling Lurker. And actually, a ton of Roaches. Ooh, recall comes in. Dark needs to get the hell out of here. That was a big recall. That was the entire army. Well, technically not. I literally just looked at another portion. But that was like all of the big power units. And Dark, now he is going to have to defend this new 6th base attempt, and he's not going to be able to. Cyan, he is winning this game. He hasn't won it yet. Not completely. Oh, but Disruptor will get a decent connection. Does go down. No, it doesn't. Does it? Yes, it does. Resources lost is very even, which is a testament to Dark's just general skill. But you can't sustain this when your opponent's on 6 bases. Wait, hang on. Cyan needs to transfer probes to his... Hello? Cyan is outmining Dark by a lot, and like it should be even more. Yeah, Cyan, if he just transfers probes to his top base, like Oh, Lurker's on the top of a ramp. You do not want to blink into this, but he's going to go for it. He might just have enough anyways. He does clear the top side. Lurkers bottom side are going to go down as well. Dark struggling to get back into position. Storms are going to be pretty good here. Nice feedbacks as well. And the Storms Disruptor combo getting a good amount of damage, but Cyan is not able to break through yet. Counterattack on the other side of the map. It's going to get dealt with by the Zealot Warpin and Battery Overcharge. Dark is really trying to make this game chaotic with these burrowed lanes, these counterattacks, but he just can't. Oh, this Phoenix. This Phoenix is actually so good against the, well, it should have been. I thought it would be. That's funny. It's funny that this Swarm Host has not been cleared out yet. Swarm Host, by the way, will allow... Oh, that's a lot of Lurkers. Swarm Host, by the way, will allow for the units to drop the Swarm, the Nidus Worm. Oh my god, the Disruptor shots are devastating. Dark losing a ton of Lurkers. 14 have gone down. But obviously it was like 5 or 6 right there that just fell. Cyan, please, for the love of God, mine from your top base. It hasn't been mining for like so long. He's had 2 bases fully secured. And he has not been mining from them for like 2 minutes. And he's actually kind of broke at the moment. Cyan is going to start finally mining from those bases, though. But he could have already transitioned into carriers at this point. He's got the infrastructure for it. He's on 4 Stargates. Ooh, Disruptor's going to try and get their shots. Oh, they're decent. They could have been better. Mothership is on the field. Do we have a Viper? We got 4 Vipers. Oh, man, Cyan, please hunt this game away, Cyan. This is... he's still in a good position. He's still in an amazing position. He's got the Mothership. He's got the tech for carriers. And he is finally going to start mining from these bases again. Well, good DT defense. Dark has been able to secure this base on the bottom side. Oh, no, Cyan, not like this. No, why? Why are we attacking into the Lurkers? He gets triple abducted, loses a bunch of units. I think he lost a bunch. Oh, my God. He just lost so much for free. Literally for free. And they were all high-tech units. Cyan, no! 3 Disruptors, a Colossus, 2 High Templar, an Archon. Oh my god, Cyan, not like this. He does defend his 7th base, but that was all of the momentum that Cyan had. It just went up in smoke. And now Dark is almost certainly going to be able to secure an 8th or a 7th base. Carriers, though. Carriers are going to be good here. Dark does not have what he needs to deal with this. He does have 3-2, which means the Hydras will not be terrible. But Cyan is on +1 air weapons. Dark is not getting +3 Carapace, so the carriers are still going to be effective. Cyan does need to go right into +2 air weapons, though. Carriers are his weapon. Ooh, good blink back behind this so that the Lurker Spines don't get the kill. There's the Observers. We are going to see the DTs going in on top of this. Oh, but Dark attacking his own Lurkers to get the splash damage. That was so sick from Dark. Oh my god, he's so smart. He's got the biggest brain in the history of the world. It's not even close. God, that was so sick. Base on the top side does go down, though. Oh, and this is still scary for Dark. Cyan might still be able to get it done. We do see double abduct, triple abduct on the Disruptors. All 3 of them go down. Time Warp, not gonna be helpful here. Basically just, I guess, prevents the Vipers from chasing. Now, even with all this... Oh, look at these Changelings. How many Nidus heads have died? 9 Nidus heads. That's really expensive.
Game resumed.
Man, I can't believe the save on those Lurkers from Dark and the kill on the DTs. The DTs were a really smart move from Cyan, but Dark came in with a truly Giga Brain play. By the way, takes down the War Prism on the bottom side. Dark desperately needs new bases, but he is so comfortable playing from behind, it's unreal. And Cyan... Oh, man, I am so sad for Cyan right now. He's not out of this game yet, but he has lost a lot of momentum. He's going to lose potentially this top base. We do see double abduct on the Oracles will go down. No, but the abduct on the Mothership, however, there's not a lot of anti-air here. Only 4 Hydras. Oh, my God. It's going to take forever. Parasitic Bomb on the Mothership. Not something we see every day. Won't be enough to kill it. Can he drop it down to single? No, it would still take 2 more Parasitic Bombs to kill. Oh, Lurkers on the other side, though. They're going to find the original third base. They're going to get both robotics facilities. Now detection is an issue for Cyan. He actually only has the 1 Oracle. Oh, we do see a feedback coming on in. A big attack. Mothership getting a little bit too spicy, a little bit too far forward. Storms are big on the Hydras. But they actually don't get the biggest connections. The Mothership, 10 HP, plus 400, 400? Cyan, can he keep it alive? We do see on the other side, Lurkers, oh, mostly getting cleaned up here. Is there detection, though? No, there is not. Dark does still hold the push. The Interceptor count has been reset. This Mothership will survive, and the recall into the natural. There's no... Oh, okay, there's 2 observers. We need to see a rebuild on the robotics facility, or we need to see a lot more oracles. This game is getting so messy, and this is where making the right decision becomes super difficult under the gun. We are going to see these cracklings, these 3-3 cracklings, getting in on this base. Zealot Warp-In is, well, it's going to buy time, I guess. Oh, battery overcharge. Nope, not going to be enough. But it buys time, and only 3 probes go down. Dark, though, during all of this, has started mining more than his opponent. And he starts up his air upgrades. This Spire is hilariously placed. This game is bonkers. Dark, really fighting back hard in this game. And Cyan, I mean, he's still in a position. Oh, that's a lot of units going down for Dark. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Really awkward. You can tell he was clicking back to his base kind of frantically. And the Lings were derping between the top and bottom. It is mostly replaceable units, but at this point, every unit is expensive and not so much replaceable. Now, this would be a great situation for, like, single Lurker harass. But there is going to be a cannon coming up here. So Cyan is battening down the hatches, so to speak. Cyan is going to try and secure this bottom side base. Dark, oh, will get a reduct on the Oracle. It does get its revelation, but this is really scary. Attacking into these Lurkers is still not a fun proposition. There are still 2 observers behind this. Disruptor, not going to get the biggest connection. Ooh, Time Warp does come on down. Nice abduct, though, from Dark. We'll grab the Mothership as it tries to retreat. Huge Time Warp, though, and a lot of the Lurkers going down. There is just so many carriers here. And Cyan might still do it after all. Archon and Storm getting some big damage onto the Corruptors. Dark will lose this base. He is going to dive forward with the Corruptors. I don't think he's got enough. There's still Archons underneath. High. Oh, Parasitic Bomb does take down all the observers. That's a big deal. There's no detection now. Wait, no, there's 1 observer somewhere. It's in the army. 3 of the I swear 3 observers. Yeah, 3 observers died, but the 4th one did survive. Cyan does still have detection, so he can keep pushing. Dark is killing so many workers on the other side of the map. Oh, but the DT Warping is going to mean he won't get base traded completely. Cyan needs to win the game with this army, but he's got a huge opportunity to do so. Dark is on 1-1 for his air versus 1-0-3, which is a weird upgrade setup. This Mothership, oh, it still survives, 2 HP. Oh my God, the Mothership gets the Time Warp. It's a big one. Finally goes down, but there might just be too many carriers left over. 3 carriers, 2 carriers. Oh, 2 carriers. Dark, he is going to tap out. The Mothership gives her life, and in the process, leads Cyan to his 4th ever victory over Dark. He goes up 1-0 in the series. What a series already, and what a showing from Cyan. All right, game number 2. Spawning up in the top left. For the Starving Camels, it is Cyan. With a great game and showing a lot of resilience. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right for Dragon Kites Gaming, it is Dark. In the red. Now, there is a thing about Dark, which is when you win game 1 against him in a best of 3, sometimes you just make him mad. And there are players where you make them mad, like Idra of old, and it ruined their gameplay. And then there are players like Dark, who when it makes them mad, you better run. You better run for the hills and hide. And Dark is, well, as I say, one of those players. He is a terrifying opponent when he gets fired up, and oftentimes when he loses a game one like that. Now, that's not to say that Cyan can't win game two, but an angry Dark is a frightening Dark. Now, we do see a gas first, no scout opening from Cyan, so greedy play, but it is Dark, and I don't, even though Dark will 12 pool, he will proxy hatch you from time to time. Like, he'll 12 pool or proxy hatch, sometimes 12 pool proxy hatch. I think it's reasonable to take this risk. I would go so far as to say it's even good. Like, in strategically, quote-unquote, correct. Now, you know, if... I'm sure I'd be saying, if Dark had 12 pooled here, like, oh, man, why are you doing the gas first, no scout versus Dark? Like, that's so dumb. It's an auto loss. So, you know, it works out now, and I say it's smart, but I'm sure if you flip the script, I would have been critical. But regardless, Cyan did some good work. He did go for a late scout, but this is not an early enough scout to, like, not die if it's a 12 pool. Maybe on Neo Humanity, you might be able to survive if you see the Lings crossing the map, because you can build a pylon in the back. But I still don't think so. I think you just lose the gateway. At the very least, you need to pull a ton of probes. You'd be really behind. It might not be a straight-up auto loss, but it would be a pretty rough situation at the very least. Like, and by pretty rough, I mean extremely. We're going to see Cyan shading forward, despite the fact that it is a hatch at the natural. Oh, nice job. Does take down 2 Zerglings, and he manages to shade out.
Game resumed.
Now, we do see Dark going for a very quick high-yield gas base on this map, and that does open up some funky timings. You can go for, like, queen walk pushes with that. You can do a lot of fun and nasty stuff with that. They are difficult to execute, but if you can pull them off, they're really good. Fast Forge. This has got to be Sky Toss, right? Or is this going to be some weird +1 Zealot timing? He is getting a robotics facility. What? And double get. Okay, I am so confused. Is this just going to be the fastest upgrades? It's definitely a tailored build. Okay, he's got 100 gas. There's the +1. I am very intrigued by what this is. Dark, of course, going to take his high-yield gas. Oh, we do have the rocks being targeted here. Oracle looking for a little bit of damage. Will be able to find 2 drones, but he loses it. Good stutter step there from Dark. I did not think that Oracle was going to go down, but Cyan it didn't look greedy, but it was a little bit greedy. And he loses the Oracle. Dark, at this point, you got to be confused what's happening. I know what this build is. This is an old school creator build that he busted out in GSL. It is a +1 immortal charge lot all in off of 2 bases. But I honestly don't think it's a very good build. And Dark is continuously keeping tabs on his opponent. He's seeing that, you know, the base isn't taken. We got a bunch of gateways coming on in. It will be a 3rd Nexus with this, so this is not quite going to be the same build that Creator was doing. But I feel like this is actually so much worse against a high-yield gas base, because Ravagers are going to be really good against this. And you just get more Ravagers early off of a lower drone count with this. Dark managed to get up to 66 drones, by the way, which is he actually only needed 63 to fully saturate this setup, because you only need the 5 gas. So it's kind of funny. The point I'm talking about is almost moot. But this is still a good setup for Dark. Did he see the third Nexus taken? Yes, he did. Void Ray trying to keep this clear. We are going to see... This is still going to be a big attack. Make no mistake. It's going to be 8 gates. Lings do get the scout on the army. See the couple of Immortals. How many Immortals is it? 2 Immortals. And it's going to be Archons with this as well. This is basically a fake third Nexus. The thing is, Dark, he is still up in army supply. Even with him droning super hard. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I just don't think this is a good build. Force fields, they didn't do anything. The Queens were able to transfuse. There's so much creep here. I get it. You're trying to, like, pull a fast one on Dark, but he doesn't fall for it at all. And now Roach Speed is gonna complete, +1 missile as well. Creep spread getting denied on the low ground. Who gives a hoot? Doesn't matter. Dark's economy is so far ahead. Cyan just now starting to rebuild probes. Dark will scout that +2 air weapons is started. But Dark built a Spire behind this. And he's already got enough money for soon-to-be 10 mutas. Oh, now this Zealot Warping in the main base is going to be pretty nice. Dark. Okay, he splits off enough units to deal with this. Cyan, how many drones can he get? Oh, he puts the Zealots on hold position. And then a nice recall while they're all stacked up so the Lings can't gut much surface area. But 9 mutas in production. And he's actually got gas for a few more. And these mutas are unscouted. The Void Ray on the left side, if Dark elects to go that way, which I think he will. Oh, he didn't check the Watchtower, but he will see where the Void Ray is. Honestly, yeah, this... I think these are GG mutas. I think they just end the game. War Prism on the right side is still alive and is still here. Dark up on 4 bases. He's only on 67 drones, but he is on a super strong army. Or, well, super big army. And Cyan's about to lose so many probes in the main base. Dark even distracting by showing his army at the front. There's not even a unit in the wall. Oh, no, there was initially. Dark just going after pylon. Cyan just going to pull the trigger and try and hope for the best. But Dark was anticipating this. That's why he's been building so much army. And this is just too much Zerg. Cyan, it's a desperation attack. He's going to try, but Dark just has way too much. There's not even a War Prism with this, so there's nothing to keep the Immortals alive. It was a lot of Immortals and Archons, but Dark crushes the attack and takes game number 2 in convincing fashion. Never really felt like Cyan had an opportunity there. All right, here we go. Game number 3. Spawning up at the top right for the Starving Camels. It is Cyan. In the blue. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left. Being pushed to the limit in game number 1 and getting taken down, but crushing it in game 2 is Dragon Kites Gaming's Dark. In the red. And he goes for a standard 14 Overlord, but will go for the 14 Hatch. Ooh, does he build a drone? No, he's not going to mess around. He could have actually maybe built... well, it would have been really close. I'm glad he didn't try it, because that would have been right down to the wire, and that would have been really silly to kind of mess yourself up for that. But yeah, this is nice for Dark, because Cyan, of course, committed to this early scout. It came about as close as it could to being a block without actually being a block. So Cyan kind of... They both mess with their own builds a little bit, but it is Dark who comes out on top. Yeah. Yeah, they both disrupted their own builds. Of course, the super early probe scout, even though it's very common, does slow down the Protoss' setup. And of course, the 14 hatch obviously slows down the Zerg setup. You actually get larva capped for a little bit on the main hatchery. So it means like your additional drones, everything is slowed down. But I think it's worth it just in terms of the lack of lost mining time on transferring drones. And it's definitely worth it if you're worried about adepts getting into your base. Not having to worry about that is really nice. Really nice. Dark's queen started up late. Am I missing something, or did the spawning pool start late? The queen should have started up right at the 2-minute mark. How long does a queen take to build? I should know this inherently, but 36 seconds. I don't think that's Legacy of the Void time, though. Is it? Oh, no, never mind. It's only... Well, they were 3 seconds late. Okay, so the pool was 3 seconds late. Okay, yeah, that's normal, actually. That's pretty reasonable. Pylon getting dropped, but Dark was already anticipating this. Oh, this is really nice from Dark. He recognizes that his opponent was going to try some trickery, and he really blocks both trickery moves, which is to say the Pylon block at the 3rd and the hatch block. And he did it with just clever understanding of the fact that he is on paper the better player. Ooh, and Cyan. Oh, he's going to lose a probe, I think. No, he doesn't. Dark didn't retarget on this one probe. He's forcing a lot of lost mining time, and he might still get a probe after all. Cyan. Ooh, he does micro this one away. Good job from Cyan to keep everything alive. But Dark being a real pain with these lings. And it might not seem like it for 2 lings, but the mining time loss was pretty significant. Oh, but a nice snipe on a creep tumor there by Cyan. Does Cyan commit forward? That would be bold, but he is going to. He gets into a good position. Dark, though, with a quick pull, and this time he will get the wraparound even without the ling speed being done. Cyan actually maneuvers through, gets a drone. Okay. And he forced a Spore Crawler morph. Well, that could have been a lot worse. That's not so bad for Cyan. Still not cheap. Like, it means his 3rd base is actually significantly delayed, but he is apparently fine with that because he's building 2 more gateways and a Twilight Council. Oh, cancel, kills the drone, cancels an egg, and retargets on the larva. Good job from Cyan. Nice job with his first Oracle. Obviously, in game number 2, he lost that early Oracle very, very fast. But in this game, he gets into the natural. It is completely exposed, finds 4 drones total, as well as canceling a 5th and killing a larva. Even though there's no resources killed, it still does slow down Dark's droning a little bit. This is going to be Glaze. Yeah. Bunch of Adepts already being shown. I feel like Dark is just going to know. Like, when you see 4 Adepts like this and a super late Nexus, it's not completely obvious, but I don't like that he used 4 Adepts. I would have much preferred to see 2 securing that 3rd base. Use 4 if you need to. Like, if Dark has, like, 20 lings. But I don't think the mind game is going to be good enough to trick Dark here. We'll see. We will see. And by mind game, I mean, like, just the build. I just don't think Dark is going to be fooled by this. Oracles, do they have enough energy to cancel this 4th base? Yes, they do. Oh, and they killed the drone. That's pretty nice. Oh, double quadruple. Okay. Well, this might actually sell that there is no follow-through, because committing in forward with the 4 Adepts makes it look like there is no follow-through. And they actually got a significant number of drones, 7 drones. I would say that's worth, or 6 drones. I would say that's worth it. But Dark is building a lot of lings regardless, so he must have scouted this at some point. Or he just figured it out. Lings are going to see this. There is a Baneling nest done. One Baneling morphing. Adepts do shade forward. They are pretty far forward onto creep. +1 melee not yet done. It's getting close, though. Or are the Adepts going to shade forward, or are they just going to fight the Queens? They will shade forward after sniping 1 Queen. +1 melee is not yet done. The Adepts trying to get into a good position. Will be able to get into a pretty good one. +1 melee is going to make this a lot easier. Dark just going to force the shade forward. His lings were prepared. Oh, that was very smart from Dark. He forced the shade with the Banelings and then was ready to jump this. Good job from Dark. Still? Cyan is in a very decent position in this game. But no drones were killed. Has an Oracle died? Yeah, that was actually still really expensive. Yeah, that was still good for Dark. The fourth base being denied makes this a little bit better. We are going to see the Lings with their +1 melee trying to get in on top of this base. And for some reason, he stopped. Dark. Oh, he's going to be able to deny this wall. Battery overcharge. Eat will expire. And the Baneling's going to get some massive detonations. Actually, not that big. 8 probes. That's good. And that does put Dark ahead. Not as big as I expected. I actually thought it was going to be worse. Cyan. Ooh, he's trying to get in with 4 more Glaive Adepts. They will kill drones very fast. Dark, though, with a quick pull. Cyan able to get 4 drones. I think you cancel the shade here. Yep. Do you recall? No. Well, he's going to do it. Is it worth recalling to save 4 Adepts? Well, he only saves 3, so it's a moot point anyways. I don't know. +1 is done, by the way, for Cyan, and he builds a second forge. The double upgrade style that he had in game number 1 certainly served him well on Grespon, but Ancient Cistern is a lot more wide open. It is a lot easier to get in with Ling counterattacks, and this time Dark is going double upgrades for his Lings. So they're gonna pack a punch, and he has a very fast hive. And unlike that game number 1, I feel like Cyan had a lead in game number 1, I think, at a few times throughout the mid game. And then obviously he got very ahead heading into the late game. Oh, okay. Cyan kills his own stalker. That's a bit of an oopsie. I do want to point out, by the way, because it seems like this is a super biased cast in favor of Dark. Dark is the extreme heavy favorite in this match. Absolutely the extreme heavy favorite. So the fact that Cyan is even here in game 3 is already incredible. Very well done. He is still looking to get his first ever series win against Dark. And it's not going to be easy. 2-1 upgrades for Dark here. Now online. +3 melee starts up. Adrenal Glands. We should see +2 Carapace in a moment. There it is. I figured we'd see it. The Ultra Cavern. This is a pretty good map for Ultra play. Definitely against Ground Toss. And it's... Ooh. Cyan does get the Overseer kill, but Dark was able to see the double forge. It's good information, and he sees the Templar Archives. I don't think he saw it flashing, mostly because it wasn't, but I don't know if he saw if it was flashing or not. Both players on a great economy. 79 workers a pop. Dark, of course, has more bases, so he's able to mine more minerals, but Cyan has, well, all 8 gas, although not all of them are mining. One of them is not. Oracle, ooh, it is going to get caught. No, survives with 4 HP. Cyan, with the slightest turn, gets out of harm's way. Good job. Oh, that's a lot of Lings here. Stasis wards are gigantic. It will still be a cancel on the 5th base, but how many Lings is that just got caught? That is 33 Lings. Cyan, you do not want to let these out. But Dark is ready to try and save them. Oh, he's going to go in. This is going to turn into a bit of a surround. Battery overcharge will get popped. 1 Archon getting taken down immediately. Okay, well, this actually... That was a weird fight. I don't know if that was good for Dark to go in there. Banelings did get deflected on the right side by a Stasis Ward. That was a lot of Lings. And he mostly only killed Archons, but it will mean the rest of the Lings are more effective now, and Cyan counterattacks. Oh, that makes it a very bad play. If he had just chilled at home, it would have been kind of, actually maybe even good for Cyan. But now he counterattacks, loses every Stalker. Actually, did even a single one recall out? I don't think so. Dark is just going to run him over now. Cyan really fought valiantly, but Dark, he finds a way, as he always does, and will take the game and the series 2-1. And with that, yeah, Cyan, solid showing, picks up his 4th map of all time. But Dark, the expected victor, takes it down. If you enjoyed that series, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the flip side.